everyone, it's Lewis here from the Blocksworkz team.
Mike, CTO, so we're both here to provide a bit of an update following on from last week. It's been a busy week for us.
Absolutely.
So we announced last week that we were launching our first DeFi product, so the XDC Swaps. So that went out on Friday. Pretty good, it's been positive since it went live. The pools that we initially set up, the Blocks pool and the XDC pool, were filled within a matter of hours.
Yeah, I think Blocks was 6 hours and XDC was within 24 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So well done everybody that managed to get in on those initial pools.
And in terms of feedback from the community, one of the questions that we've had, been sent over, was when will the next pool be set up for Blocks and XDC? Now, we've initially the initial two pools were fronted by Blocksworkz, so liquidity was added by ourselves. The next pool will be subject to the fees that have been brought in through the swaps, and combined with some of the Blocks token from our team as well. So we're going to see how the swaps performs and what fees have been brought in from that. Combined with the Blocks token.
And I think that's also to gauge on how much staking we do offer at that point as well. If the fees are generous, like we say, the bigger the pool will be. As we did make that announcement on Twitter as well, which was read quite well, wasn't it? Really.
Yeah, and in terms of pools and stake, you've been speaking to a number of projects, haven't you, on the XDC network?
Yeah, we've had community. We love to, obviously everybody that supports XDC does also predominantly also hold layer 2 projects as well and tokens. So we did decide that we'd open up the doors to other projects to come along and be able to stake on our platform as well. Offer that out to their communities. So we have spoken to a good few, we haven't yet. So obviously if you're the few that haven't and you are watching this, just reach out to me. We will be reaching out to you shortly as well, just to see if it is something you want to offer. So we're leaving it in the hands of the product, the layer 2s as such, the projects themselves to decide what they want to do and what they want to offer. The foundations are there for them to do it. We've got the capabilities to be able to facilitate it for them. So yeah, it looks really promising. It's a great thing to have, other than I think a lot of the projects are run on node basis, aren't they? Or whether it's through an exchange such as Bitrue or different sort of means as well. So having the flexibility there to be able to connect your wallet and freely move it from a decentralized exchange is pretty handy, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's brilliant. Okay. In terms of other updates, so the XDC NFT marketplace, nothing's really changed, really. Not only for the XDC network and specifically our marketplace, but the whole, the wider NFT market as a whole is still very slow, and that's just a symptom of the way the crypto market is in general at the moment. Every time you see that little blip on Bitcoin and the top tokens, you start getting excited, thinking, is this going to turn around? Who knows when it is?
Yeah.
But for the time being, we're trying to push as much as we can. In terms of the NFTs, artists, we're talking to a couple of UK-based artists who are looking to mint as we speak. Other than that, there's been no other challenges. I mean, you get the odd turnip trying to put fraudulent, NFTs on there.
Yeah.
But with, Alex and the team doing a big, great job in trying to reduce the amount of potential fraud NFTs. So yeah, doing a great job on that.
Fantastic. Then the next thing I wanted to sort of mention, I know it wasn't in our list of mentioning them the way we want to mention it, but we're sort of touching on the decentralized exchange, the DEX. We've got XDC Swaps. I just kind of wanted to ask the community on an added feature that we've been thinking about, that I believe other swap facilities, DEXs have on different networks, would be a sort of a lottery-based competition slash I don't know what you'd really call it. It's where you can enter with your XDC, and the total rewards are then sent to one winner. Sort of a daily or a weekly competition within the DEX itself. Just thought to put that out there to everybody. Would people want to engage in something like that? Would people find that quite a fun little thing to do with their spare XDC? Obviously, and blocks, of course, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so there'll be 2 types of lotteries, won't there? Yeah. But it's just a great way if you've got a couple of XDC. It's a bit of fun, really, isn't it? I mean, yeah, obviously, if you guys would entertain it. If so, we'd love your thoughts on that as well, or anything that you would like sort of put in there. To be honest, great to get some more feedback. We've got a great team here that are quite capable of quite a lot. So obviously, we can't do some things, but you know, we've got a great team behind us that can probably look over most things. So yeah, give us a shout.
Yeah, it's a good point, you know, and we try and build products and features that the community wants. So we've outlined the roadmap, and if we need to reprioritise some of those features based on feedback from the community, then that's great. So yeah, good show.
Absolutely.
Other things from a tech point of view and product, we've been prototyping a new NFT rewards platform. So it's been on Blocksworkz since we started. So there's a stream of work called Wallet Rewards. So we've started on that, prototyping out just to see how that will work. It's rough and ready at the moment. It's trying to make it functional before we start engaging product teams to help us make it look good. We'll start looking at the data, but yeah, the priority is just to make this thing functional. So far so good.
Very exciting.
Not going to say too much more until we get under the bonnet of this thing in a bit more detail and start testing it a bit more, a bit more in depth. But overall, I think it'd be quite a unique product that nobody is actually using it across any chains at the moment. So it's quite a unique, compelling.
I think it's our next natural step, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
In what we promised, and hopefully for everything that we're doing, the price of the Blocks token will reflect it eventually. I think for what we're building and what we've got out there, to be sat where we're sat is it's a bit sad, but I think it will come back around for everybody that believes in us. We've got 2 great projects out there, 2 great platforms, should I say, sorry, with more products coming. So yeah, have faith in us. We are working hard behind the scenes and doing what we can to build. As we say, we don't want to just come to the community and give a lot of false promises. We're here to basically great minds think alike. Yeah, get shit done as such. So that's what we're doing. We're continuing to build through this tough time for everybody, really. So yeah.
And I guess the last thing is, as we said, last week and the week before, we're running these weekly competitions now. So we'll be running the Super Bowls giveaway later on today. So Alex, that heads up social media, will provide an update across the socials as to when that is. I'm not sure what time. In terms of the competition that we ran last week and the week before, just because there isn't any demand or any need at the moment for a competition. We trialled it based on community feedback. There's been no further demand, so therefore for this week we've decided not to go ahead anyway.
Yeah, to be honest, we'd rather if 3 or 4 people are entering the competition, obviously we're losing money there. We'd rather give that back to Super Bowl holders in a better prize, or vice versa. So obviously, if it creeps up again and people are wanting a more competition-based facility, we've got the ability to do that. We think it's great fun. I had all sorts of crazy ideas to, tickets for Lamborghinis and whatever else. But obviously, that was just a bit of an over-the-top dream as such. So. Yeah, no, we can do anything like that. So we've kind of cooled that down, haven't we? So with the hope that we might come back around as sort of XDC NFT gains traction again, and people have got a bit. I guess it's the activity of the artists is still there. Everybody's still producing, which is brilliant. It's just the buyers have dropped off slightly, and I appreciate that. The market's absolutely on its backside, isn't it? So we do understand that. So hopefully with a bit more demand coming through on the buyer side, we can obviously bring back the facilities that we did put out there.
And if we bring back the competitions, hopefully it's an excuse for us to buy a bright red game show host jacket as well, and we can get an extra large for Lewis, and then maybe it's probably a small one for me.
Double XL.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's it from us. Thanks for listening. Have a good weekend and speak to you soon.
Thanks everyone. Bye bye.